Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Retirement SOS. My name is Ernie.
I'm Beth. This is Ruby.
So, Beth, recently we just booked a cruise. And let's just say, and I'm going to just kind of summarize it with one word, it was a negative experience.
It was difficult for sure.
And originally we were going to book it through a travel agent, but what happened when we went down there?
Well, the storefront travel agency that we have used in the past was no longer there. So we had to resort to doing it online.
And this was a travel agency that we had used for years. And last year we used them when we booked our all-inclusive. And we were actually debating whether to repeat that all-inclusive experience in the Dominican Republic because we had a really great vacation. But then I think you kind of said you wanted to try something more interactive, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had a great time in the Dominican. We stayed at the Majestic Elegance Resort, and
Yes.
It was beautiful, really nice, fun time. But you know what? My biggest thing was I got so burnt. I got like a sun rash. So I'm kind of thinking maybe this year we'll do something that keeps us a bit more active and out of the sun. And a cruise sounded like the perfect, compromise for that.
Right. And also there's more of an adventure with a cruise.
I love all inclusives, but I also like doing stuff. So a cruise is perfect because you get to, discover new things and locales. And then you also get the sun and the fun.
So the last time that we went on a cruise was in 2016. So that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And things have really, really changed. So we have been on cruises with Royal Caribbean and Holland America. Now we have some friends who swear by Celebrity Cruise Lines, and they especially compliment the food and the entertainment. So so we decided then we're going to go on a cruise, and on the recommendation of our friends, we thought we would pick Celebrity Cruise Lines. So we just told you we went to our travel agent, and they were closed. That shop was no longer in existence, so we had to do all the bookings on our own. And
You could phone them. The problem with booking online, and I think this is just a Canadian thing, is that the codes that show you the different levels of like just the basic or getting the meal plan or getting not the meal plan, but the one level of beverage plan, the next level, they're all internal travel agency codes on the website. They're something that only a travel agent could read. And so we're really confused. We had to call them, their 1-800 number, and it was just the whole process was no fun booking it, but we finally figured it all out and did it.
yeah, those codes are like in another language.
Yeah.
So
Which I think, honestly, I went on a couple different travel websites, Air Canada vacation packages and the other one that we used, and it's all the same, these travel agency codes that don't make any sense. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a Canadian thing. It just didn't make sense.
I don't know, but there was about 15 of them?
Yeah.
And each code added dollars.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get you to buy all these packages. So we thought, all right, we're going to take a different strategy. So we did book one perk that is essential, and that's a balcony.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because one of our favorite things is having our morning coffee, cruising on the ocean, and being out on our balcony and just taking in the beautiful warm breezes and you hear the birds, and it's so relaxing. It's probably one of the favorite things of cruising, in my opinion. I know there's all sorts of other stuff, but I just love those mornings having my coffee.
Yeah, you need a balcony. You need a balcony.
Right.
And we got a great deal on it.
Well, okay, we got a great deal on it. And I think, in my opinion, again, I'm not an expert on this. I don't, this is, as I said, the first cruise we booked in 10 years. So what I think they do is they lower the price of the actual cabin so that they try to incentivize you to just keep adding on and on and on all these other things. So as I said, we just booked the balcony, and then, oh my God, pressure, pressure.
Yeah, we kept getting email after email. Book your Wi-Fi, book your drinks package, book this, and it all added on. I mean, our great deal is really no longer, but
No.
it started out as a great deal.
Yeah, the number looked great initially. So what happened? We decided that, okay, so we looked at booking a Wi-Fi package with drinks like cocktails and beer. And what was the other thing? Wi-Fi, cocktail. Oh, and gratuities. That's what it was. So everything would be one big package. It virtually doubled the price of our cruise.
Yeah. So we did some math, and because we're only 3 days at sea, and those other 4 days, we hopefully, we will be out and off the ship. If we have one cocktail by the pool for 3 days and we have wine with dinner, even if we have a glass of wine in the evening for those 3 days, it's still cheaper to not get the alcoholic drink package.
Right. And we are going to the Eastern Caribbean. It's a spring cruise, so we're going to be going in early April. And so the weather's going to be very hot.
Right. So we ended up still getting the non-alcoholic drink package. Now it's kind of annoying because who doesn't give you Coke for free? But we basically had to spend an extra $900 just to get the non-alcoholic drink package, which allows you to have pops, iced teas, like a specialty slushies maybe, and coffee that's a little bit more fancy, I suppose, than a regular cup of coffee. Basically, if you want anything over and above coffee, tea, and juice, you have to get a drinks package for sure.
Yeah, and think about, we're going to be going on excursions. So
bottled water, no bottled water.
Yeah, there was no if we wouldn't have booked this, we wouldn't have been able to get bottled water. So, we're going to be going on excursions and we want to stay hydrated, especially when the weather is warm. I mean, that's for health reasons. So
Yeah.
it was $900 for both of us, plus what they do, they're really smart. Or devious.
Yeah.
Let's put it, I think devious is a better word. And then they say in fine print, and we're going to add a 20% gratuity on at the end of this.
Yeah.
So now it turns out to be like close to $1,100 extra just to stay hydrated.
Yeah. Just to get a Diet Coke.
I know.
I could have sworn we did a cruise for our honeymoon many, many years ago, and it was all included. Everything, cocktails, everything. So it's just like everything else. They're just nickel and diming you.
Yeah. So now what we're gonna plead to the cruise lines. I don't think this is going to be watched by anybody, that works for the cruise lines. But what we'd like to see is at least your standard bottled water and your standard, let's say, pops should be included in the price. It shouldn't be part of any type of package.
No.
I mean, that's so important to drink water on a regular basis, especially.
Well, you can drink water. It'll be from a jug.
Yeah, but
you just can't take a bottle of water with you.
Yeah, so it's kind of ridiculous. And then, we're not sure of the dress code. So 10 years ago, you had the captain's dinner where we got all dressed up in a suit and.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more casual nowadays, but I'm not really sure. I'm kind of confused because it's been 10 years. How do we dress? I know they have the one fancy dinner, but the rest of the time, can you be more casual? I don't know. I don't mean casual ripped shorts and,
No.
I mean capris and a t-shirt for dinner. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, just look.
We'll have to ask our friends who go all the time.
Yeah, I think if when they say casual, look sporty and clean.
Right.
I think maybe that's what they're saying. But I even remember 10 years. I don't know if 10 years ago. I don't know if you remember this, but on that cruise in 2016, there were men that were wearing tuxedos.
I don't remember that, but yeah, that's a bit much, I think. But
yeah, I mean, I was I just wore a suit. I didn't even have a tie on, and I felt, okay, that was adequate. But now, as I said, I think we're gonna have to talk to our friends
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
And also now they have all this specialty dining. So apparently, like when you go into your own dining room, they have certain areas that could be roped off, and that's for specialty dining.
How do we know they're not serving the same food? That's ridiculous. We're walking by all that. We're not going on specialty dining rooms. I find that's ridiculous.
I feel we should do some investigative reporting and find out, are they serving the same food? Or do they add a little bit more salt?
Well, they put a little bit of parsley on it or something.
Yeah, make it look really, really nice. And then they also have these specialty restaurants that are separate, in a separate area from the dining room. So, I think those are like an extra $100 each.
Right.
Now, our friends told us just avoid it, just go into the dining room and
apparently the food's really good in the dining room, so why waste the money,
Yeah.
I'd rather spend the money on excursions and not necessarily through the cruise either. I have used Viator for many trips we've been on, all through like trips that we took to Europe. And, it's so much cheaper. You could do like a little Viator for $60, a few hours on an island versus, I'm sure, more than 100 for what the cruise will charge you. So.
Oh, absolutely. But I think there is going to be one stop where we are going to go with the cruise, and that's in Puerto Rico, because we've been to Puerto Rico. We went to Puerto Rico for an event, and our flight got delayed, so we lost one day, and we had to go to the event right away as soon as we landed. And we wanted to see the old town in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and it's supposed to be really nice. So I think we're going to book that through the cruise.
Or you could still get a good tour of San Juan through Viator.
That's true.
Much cheaper.
That's true. And then the other times we're just going to do our own things. So there's basically going to be 4 stops. So that's what it is. And that's another thing, about, let's say, getting a drink package. Why would you want to pay all that money for an expensive drink package
on 4 days where you're not really going to be drinking that much?
Yeah, you're going to be away
from the ship. I think I read
that
you have to have at least 5 cocktails a day to justify it, and that would be like for the entire trip.
Yep.
So you can also, I heard, bring a bottle of wine and even like maybe a 6-pack of Diet Pop or something into your room. So, I don't know if we'll do that or not. We might. We'll see.
Well, we'll probably bring some wine, but you can only bring the wine, like one, I think each person can bring 1 bottle of wine, but it has to be like when you're boarding the cruise. Like you can't go on an island and buy more and then bring it back. They'll confiscate it and give it back to you at the end of your cruise.
Oh, okay.
So they have some very strict terms and policies. And I think this is, what this is all about? I just thought of this. It's all about marketing. And they try
all about money.
Well, yeah. No, you're right. It's marketing with money, and they try to guilt you into buying all these extras when you don't really need to do it. And I think it's called the fear of missing out.
Yeah.
So anyways, we've booked our cruise. We have some trepidations about this whole process. And you have to download the app, and then I guess more interesting things will happen once we board the ship. And we'll see how it goes. So that's basically what we wanted to tell you.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah, no, we are looking forward to it. It's just the whole process left a little bit of a distaste in our mouths. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you've had similar experiences on cruises, please let us know in the comments. So until next time, bye for now.